A very warm welcome back as always to GlobeTrotting. Thank you so much for your support. If you'd like to help the channel continue growing, make sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications. The Airbus A380 is just one aircraft within the industry that is loved or hated. Some label it as the king of the skies, others label it as an aircraft that killed the 747, but wherever you lie, the aircraft's capabilities have always been impressive. However, one area that the manufacturer definitely got wrong, many would say, is timing. People argue that the A380 came years too late, and at a time when airlines were moving away from quad-engined aircraft and towards more efficient twin-engine planes. So, when Airbus put forward a proposition of an A380plus, well, eyebrows raised. How, after all, could a company that seemingly failed to sustain the life of a predecessor variant reignite such a program? Was this just a dream, a terrible decision, or something else? Let's explore the A380 Plus in great detail right here on the channel. The A380 Plus was intended to act as an upgraded variant to the A380-800. That is the sole aircraft in the family. The Plus aimed to improve fuel efficiency and operational performance. Through this mission, they wanted to turn an aircraft that, while had a place in its industry, upside down, and bring everything customers would want from such a plane that the first iteration didn't have and get it in a new aircraft. Now, it's not flawed logic. After all, coming back with a more improved version of something that may not have worked, say, initially as envisaged, can actually be very beneficial, and that doesn't just have to, say, restrict itself to the aviation industry. But the measures of the aviation industry are finer, and this logic doesn't always work. Airbus's proposed enhancements included aerodynamic improvements, an increase on capacity and weight reductions, but one of the most significant differences that was noticeable when looking at the mock-up would be the addition of wingtips. The winglets, as described by the European plane maker, would provide up to 4% fuel burn savings and see a 13% cost reduction per seat compared to the A380-800. The Airbus COO at the time explained that the A380 Plus is an efficient way to offer even better economics and improved operational performance simultaneously. It is a new step for our iconic aircraft to serve worldwide best fast-growing traffic and evolving needs of the A380 customers. The A380 is well proven as the solution to increasing congestion at large airports and offering a unique passenger-preferred experience. Despite the A380 Plus making headlines around the world and lots of discussion surrounding its potential, the aircraft never flew, and for several factors that all equally contributed to its demise as a project. But, to be honest, it was hardly a demise after all, for a project that never really got off the ground and was only ever labelled as a development study by the European plane maker. No matter how hard Airbus tried, interest in quad-engine planes just wasn't there. When options, such as the 787 and 777 series over at Boeing, and even Airbus's very own A350 existed, why would customers go for something that could have far worse repercussions on their business when there were safer options out there? The age of the quad jets are now entering their twilight. But back then, it was very much in its sunset phase. So no matter how hard the manufacturer tried, and yes, while the improvements were there, customers just weren't keen enough to commit to the study and fly the aircraft. Pair this with the A380's capacity, it is a mammoth aircraft, even exceeding the likes of the 747. So as a result, immediately if you take a look at a pool of airlines in the globe, only specific ones could fly the type, and it can only work on certain routes. This significantly narrows down Airbus's customer base and target audience because there are no two ways about it. Airbus can only make so many changes that make a difference, but some things, such as the size and the capacity, can't be ignored or can't be changed that much. It's always going to be a double-decker plane, and in this case was always going to be a quad-engine plane too. Now, you waited, and here it is, the Emirates discussion. The Dubai-based airline is the largest operator of the A380. They also expressed interest in an improved version of the wide-body plane, which may have come as a shock to many, but it's true. Emirates has definitely led this program and its success, and has been the flag bearer. and when they come knocking, you definitely need to listen. While not precisely the A380 Plus, Emirates actually advocated for an A380 Neo, essentially a new engine option of the 380, to which if they believed it could be done, they'd commit and purchase it. Emirates loves the A380, and it could have actually been a win-win, they believed, for all parties, with relatively low development costs for Airbus with it not being a clean sheet. Emirates eyed an A380 Neo as demand continued to surge at the time, and finding ways to make their existing operations with the world's largest passenger plane more efficient was a hot topic at the time. While an idea from Emirates, it was easier said than done on Airbus's end, and that's something I'll look to explore now. While Emirates could, yes, shoot through suggestions, Airbus would be the one that would need to engage in discussions with engine manufacturers for investment in new engines for this A380 Neo if they went ahead with it. And ultimately, manufacturers were very reluctant. They didn't want to spend the money on an aircraft series that already at that point was seeing deliveries slow and had no potential future commitments on the horizon either. Its life was already coming to an end. While a significant investment for any engine maker, additionally, it would also require a lot of resources and manpower to be committed to the program. While Emirates was interested, say for a Rolls-Royce, they have several other exciting programs that are ongoing, taking a look into the future of aircraft engines and how to be more sustainable. For them, that's a much larger priority. It's the same reason why key manufacturers don't want to invest in Boom Supersonic's Overture, but the case could definitely be made there that the company aiming to return supersonic travel has a far weaker business model and sustainability within the industry than Airbus. But it's the same principle. Therefore, Airbus not progressing with the A380 Neo does make sense despite Emirates executives pleading on their doors for the aircraft. Their decision, though, to announce an enhanced A380plus under a development study has been labelled by some as more peculiar. If their biggest customer expressed interest in acquiring a new A380 only under one condition, and you go down another avenue, you must definitely question whether the project will succeed. So, was it a mistake for Airbus not to pursue the A380 Plus further? Well, you could say that it was an aircraft never really destined to get off the ground. There was always going to be a general lack of interest. However, it never hurts to try and test the waters. Airbus clearly saw potential in improvement, and who knows, maybe one day down the line, the need for a super high capacity transporter will be there. But in the meantime, it'll be the likes of the A350-1000, 787-10, and 777-9 leading the line as part of the next generation of wide-body aircraft. Sometimes, things remain concepts for many reasons, and for however unfortunate it is that they don't get off the ground and fly, the knowledge acquired from such an endeavour is always valuable, and can be applied to future aircraft later down the line too. We've seen this proven time and time again at multiple manufacturers who revealed pretty odd concepts and development studies that never flew, but a decade after that, what did the company do? Revisited it, plucked the best bits, and applied them to a more well-rounded concept that worked and succeeded within the industry. So, let me know your thoughts on the A380 Plus. Do you think Airbus should have moved ahead with it? Do you think they should have listened to Emirates more and pushed for that re-engine? Let me know, and as always, thank you very much for your support. Take care and be safe, and I'll see you next time for more aviation analysis right here on GlobeTrotting.